Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
Welcome to episode 24 of Adventures and Mousecapades. This week, we are talking about the importance of text kerning in graphic design. There are some big mistakes that you don't want to make.
Absolutely, like nightmares.
This week, we're actually talking about my recent trip down to Anaheim and what in the world, what was I doing there?
Yeah, what were you doing there?
I was working at Star Wars Celebration.
Oh my gosh.
It was so awesome. It was so exhausting, but it was so awesome.
I'm so jealous. Okay, so let's start off at the top.
Yes.
What the heck is Star Wars Celebration?
Star Wars Celebration it's basically a fan gathering to celebrate Star Wars. Lucasfilm started it out in 1999. The first one was in Denver, Colorado. And it was to celebrate the upcoming release of Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Uh-huh.
And they've had it every year or every other year since. This was Celebration 14 in Anaheim.
Obviously, they had to take a few years off rather recently for, certain world events.
Yes. The last time they had it was in April of 2019.
Got it.
Or just a couple of days ago.
And it looks like they'll do some here in the US, and then they've had them a few times in London and Japan and Germany and Chicago
Next year, Celebration is in Europe.
Yeah, it's back in London next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like the San Diego Comic-Con that's always in where's San Diego Comic-Con? Oh yeah, San Diego. It's not that rigorous. It floats around, which I think is kind of awesome. I mean, there's Star Wars fans everywhere, so I think it's great that they give that opportunity to the fandom, to engage the fandom really all around the world.
They have all sorts of stuff at the Star Wars Celebration. There are vendors there, there is talent, there's celebrities there, and there are panels that they have. And there were a lot of amazing things going on that I did not get to see. As much as I enjoyed working there, I think I really would have enjoyed just going to attend as well. There's always a lot of announcements at conventions like this, and I'm fairly certain they announced quite a bit of things here as well.
Yeah, they absolutely did. Caitlin and I were following along at home and things like that. So, yeah, there was a ton of stuff that came out of Star Wars Celebration this year. So you said you were working. What do you mean you were working at Star Wars?
So I work for a company that basically does a bit of talent management.
Okay.
I don't know how else to put it other than that. We help out with the celebrities.
Okay.
And with the talent that is there. And I didn't know who I would be working with ahead of time.
Okay.
That's kind of how it always is at these things.
Yeah.
The staff will work to place people where they think they need to be, basically. Like if they have somebody just starting out, they'll give them a little bit easier thing. If they have somebody who is more seasoned, who has done this before, or I don't know, just works well with others, I guess they'll put them with somebody who is busier or has a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
I got put with a very busy person. I got paired with Ashley Eckstein for this convention.
Wow.
Ashley?
Who is Ashley Eckstein in the Star Wars universe?
Yes. Ashley is the voice of Ahsoka Tano in the Clone Wars series and other series as well. She's also in Rebels and a couple other things. She is also the founder of Her Universe, the fashion line, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And she is married to Major League Baseball player David Eckstein.
Yeah. Yeah. Ahsoka is was a huge favorite character around the Novak household.
Yes.
And I know that Caitlin flipped out a little bit
Yeah.
when you were able to share who you were
It
going
was
to be
awesome.
spending
Yes.
the weekend with.
Yeah.
And
And I just want to
awesome.
say Ashley and David are one of the nicest, most genuine couples that I have ever met. They are just, I don't know how to say it other than that. They are so nice. They're awesome. It was so fun to work with them.
That's so cool. So when you're working with Ashley, or actually, we'll take a step back here. Like, how did you get involved in all of this? Like, in general?
Yes. So when we moved to Seattle, I saw that they had something called Emerald City Comic Con. And I was like, oh, that sounds kind of interesting. Oh, look, they have volunteer positions open. And I volunteered. My very first year of volunteering was, I think, like, I don't know what, 2002 or 3 or so. It was not too long after we started living in Seattle.
Yeah.
And the very first year was, I don't remember exactly what I was doing. It was something to do with handing out badges. But every subsequent year that I was there, I worked in the info booth, which I loved so much. I loved working in the info booth. And that was all volunteer. Eventually it went paid once Reed Pop bought the convention. I don't know what you call it. Basically, Reed Pop took over,
Right.
and they started paying the volunteers, the minions. And I got involved with this other company basically through a Microsoft contact, through a work contact. One of the people that I worked with found out that I did conventions, and we worked closely together. And she's like, I'm going to introduce you to somebody. And that somebody happens to own this other company that does the talent management for conventions.
Yeah.
So I started doing Emerald City Comic Con with this company and got thrown into the deep end right off the bat with some very big names. And I was in heaven because it was some Doctor Who talent, and it was awesome. So I was looking through, I was like, this is, I think this is only my 4th year working with this company.
Well, it's been longer than that, calendar years, but
yes,
everything was closed down for a few years. But
yeah,
that sounds about right.
Yeah. So basically, my job is to shadow where the talent goes and to work with them, whether it's scanning tickets for people that are coming in that bought autographs or bought a photo, and prepping the item that they're having signed.
Okay.
That is a very high level type way of looking at it. But that's basically what I was doing.
Yeah.
And following them from place to place to place, wherever they need to go, wherever they need to be, and helping them out in whatever they need help with.
Yeah. You've kind of explained it to me before as, you're one of the people oftentimes that are sitting at the table, like with the celebrity, with who everybody's there to meet. And you're often, like, we'll say, like, one of the first people that they meet, and you're welcoming them, you're helping them to contain their excitement, or work up the nerve to say hi in some cases.
Oh, it's so fun to see everybody just coming in and being so excited to meet the talent, to meet the celebrity. And sometimes there are very young kids that are a bit scared's not quite the right word. They're anxious. They're about to meet somebody that means a lot to them. And okay, maybe not just kids. There's a lot of adults that are like this too. And just talking with them, asking them how their day is going, stuff like that. If they've met the person before, or commenting on what they have what they've brought to sign.
Right.
Sometimes it's like a Funko Pop. Sometimes it's lightsabers. Sometimes it's artwork.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff.
in all their costumes, if
In
they're
their
dressed
costumes.
up and stuff like
Oh, the cosplay is so amazing to see. That was one of the things that I would have liked to been able to see more of, because there's only so much you can see behind a table with a huge line of people in front of you. But I did get to see some cool stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think you were saying to me earlier that Ashley was really busy and her schedule was a lot more full than some other folks that you've worked with. And so, which is awesome for you. And I know you really enjoyed that experience. At the same time, you didn't have as much, personal time, if you will, to, go walk the floor a little bit or see this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah.
So,
And some of that was on me. I did volunteer to do extra shifts.
right.
And Ashley had like an evening signing that I was a part of as well. I think I got home at around or back to the hotel at around 11 o'clock that night. That was a late night.
Yeah.
Yes, her schedule was very busy. There's a lot of people that wanted to take time to meet her and to get her signature.
Yeah.
And her signature is a work of art. She is very meticulous when she signs and puts a lot into it. It's this big A, and then the top part of it is her name, and then the bottom part is her character.
Right.
Or both going off of the large A.
The A. Yeah. And it sounds like she takes, some time to interact with the person and stuff like that.
Yeah, she
and
does.
A lot of people do, but
yeah, she's extremely personable, and the fans love her so much.
yeah.
She's just an awesome lady, really.
Yeah.
And her team was great too. Just interacting with her team that she had around her was fun as well.
Nice. So you had 4 days that you were basically, working with her team, and Ashley herself, to help, facilitate as she was signing or doing photographs or other appearances that she made around the venue. Can you talk about a little bit of what you were able to see and what you were able to experience elsewhere at Star Wars Celebration this year?
Yeah, so she was at a couple of different panels, and I went with her to a couple of those panels. One of them was Mindful Manners with Ashley, and it was over on the kids stage, and this was so cool. She actually has a little video, and if we can find it, I'll put a link to it, basically where she talks to the kids about what to do when your emotions are too much, when you're frustrated about something. Some breathing exercises to help you out. So she did that every day. She had a panel, this Mindful Matters panel, and just teaching kids, some breathing techniques and other stuff like that. It's really neat to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And
That's
then
awesome.
one of the other panels that she went to was she was moderating the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. I actually was able to go out front and watch the panel while she was moderating it. And that was pretty awesome. They had, well, you can see it. You can see it online that it's been recorded and posted from Star Wars. But they had a lot of people on that panel. Anthony Daniels was there. He is a delight. Oh my gosh. Tamara Morrison was there. Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Young Boba Fett as well. Daniel. His name's Daniel. And Tamara Morrison, he is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, his stories. I'd recommend watching that panel because it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
And just some of the things you learn on it too is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. We watched that a few nights ago, and because I didn't get a chance to see that earlier. And yeah, Tamara's just, his energy is just infectious.
Yes.
And he definitely kind of owns the stage. That was very cool.
And there was a surprise appearance by Mr. Ewan McGregor and Mr. Hayden Christensen on that panel as well. And the crowd went absolutely nuts. I tried to get a little video of the crowd, but I know it didn't do it justice.
Yeah.
Just the energy in the room was really awesome.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's very, very cool.
And I did get a smile and a wink from Mr. McGregor at one point during the convention, which, oh, my heart. That was awesome.
Should I be worried?
No, oh my goodness. He just got married too.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't you, right?
No.
Okay,
good
good.
Lord, no. And let's see, there's one day Mr. C3PO was wearing a gold lame jacket, and I commented on it and got a thumbs up and a smile from him. And a laugh.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you kind of saw or
We were within somewhat viewing range and definitely auditory range of the live stage.
Oh wow.
Where there were doing a lot of announcements. I couldn't pay attention to it because there was just way too much going on right in front of me. But I know, like, I was within throwing distance of, like, Mr. Filoni, Mr. Favreau, let's see, Mr. Pascal came out at one point, and Ms. Dawson came out, and the crowd goes wild. I mean, the lady I was sitting next to, the crowd would go nuts, and she'd joke, "Okay, what's the name? What's the name?" Because we could see half of the screen on what names were coming through, and I was like, it looks like I think it's Pedro Pascal. Yeah, the crowd, oh my gosh, there was just a roar that happened for that. So yeah, I mean, that was going on right at the live stage. I would have loved to have seen some of these panels.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to look at the vendor booths, the exhibitor booths at all. Just walking through the area on the way to one of the things that Miss Ashley was doing, we kind of walked through that area. We had to go through the main part rather than the backstage area just because of where she was going.
Yeah.
And I could see some of the stuff and I was like, oh, that looks really cool. Didn't get to see it on this time, but maybe in a future one I will be able to do that. But again, that was on me. I took a couple of double shifts and I didn't need to. Yeah. Or I didn't have to, but I wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, when you're working with good people, you want to stay out there and keep doing that thing. So you made the right decisions. I
enjoyed it a lot. I really liked these people that I was working with. The company that I do this work for, I absolutely love as well. It's just a lot of fun. It's good people.
Yeah. Like I said, good. You stick with good people and you have fun. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else kind of wrapping this out that you can think of that it would be good to share?
Let's see. I think as much as I really, really, really enjoyed working this convention, I think I'm enough of a fan that I'd like to attend this one day without working it.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on with like Emerald City Comic Con. I think there's so much other stuff going on that I'm okay missing out on, like the panels and whatnot.
Yeah.
But me being such a big fan of Star Wars, and I know you are too, and our kids are.
Yeah.
I would love to attend this.
Yeah.
Not necessarily to see the celebs, although that is awesome, but to see the panels and to see all the vendor stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
There's so many amazing things. The artwork that some of these people came through the line with it just blew my mind. The talent that is out there.
That's cool. Well, we'll just have to put that on our list.
There you go.
Maybe not London next year.
No, I'm not going to be doing that one.
No, but next time it's domestic. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. It'll be a lot of fun.
And, to get there, maybe we could use a travel agent, but that's not us.
No. We are not travel agents.
No, we're not. But we highly recommend working with a travel agent whenever you want to plan a vacation.
Yep. And if you have any questions or suggestions for us, just send us an email, podcast@adventuresandmousecapades.com. And you can follow us on socials at Our Mousecapades. Take a second and rate and review in your podcast app to help people find us.
And that's it for this week. May the Force be with you.
And also with you.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.